Hello, Sula here from MistyHilltops.com. Thanks for stopping by. In this video, I'm putting together the cover page for the second part of my Summertime 2012 mini album. And again, I'm using a paper from the digital version of the collection Summertime by Carta Bella. So it's actually a normal paper collection, but they also have digital versions of this available. So this is again the back side. So I have a similar video already of the front of the first album, but because there are so many pages, I decided I needed to have two albums instead of one. And I am still working on more things from the summer of 2012. So there will be a third album and probably it might be even a fourth and a fifth album. But anyways, I am working with previous pages that I already have put in the together in the album, and so I'm leaving that strip because that will be for the binding there, where the binding piece will be glued on. And so I don't mind that there's this a strip of where the back side of the other page shows through, because that will be covered up. But now I'm ready to decorate the front page, and I just had to make sure, that's why I flipped it around, to make sure that I have the right page for the right part. So I have this kind of this film strip frame, and so I just partially put some glue on there so that I could glue it on that label piece, and then I am also adding a little staple there. So this is why I'm not yet directly gluing it onto the page. And so now I am ready to glue the rest of the frame on, and then I can add everything to the page. So I can add generous glue there. And so for the background pattern paper, I decided I wanted to use pattern paper, but while I love floral papers, I felt they were going to get too crazy, so I decided to just go with this kind of, because a lot of this kind of paper, because a lot of the pages in this album are actually about being at an amusement park, and so I felt this kind of like, it's like a market stand or something, and so I thought this was working really well. This bunting was also a lot of fun to create. What I did for that is I used washi tape, and I just put two strips side by side, and then ran it through through one of my dies that it has this bunting there. And so I wouldn't have had any paper with such a tiny a plaid pattern, but the washi tape worked just perfectly for that, and I love the way it turned out. Once the page is decorated, now I can start by gluing down the pieces onto the rest of the book. So this is the back side, so the last page there, and I left a glue flap so that I could add this one last page there. And then I will do the same to the front of the book with the front page. So I left an extra glue flap in the front of the album, so that then I could add the cover page there. And I'm putting it on the outside there because it'll be covered anyway. Here I'm just realizing that I have mixed up the two pages. They should have been the other way around, but it doesn't really matter. This happened twice in my albums here, but in the end I think there's not a big loss. And then there is that spine piece that will finish up the album, and I had worked with the first album first, and I realized I really need to put generous glue so it doesn't come off, because this piece will really be handled. It'll be moved because the pages move and because you open the book and all that, so it will really be a moving piece, and so I wanted to make sure it really glues well before I start actually opening the book. And as you notice, so I'm just really sticking it down before I start to actually glue the second part or open up the book. Because I really want to make sure it doesn't, like with the other book, I had to go back and glue things back, and So anyway, to save myself that, I really make sure I'm gluing it well in the first place with this one. And you see I'm not putting any glue in the main part of the back spine there. I want that to be loose. If you look at any kind of just hardback book, you will see that the spine and the pages are not connected to the spine. I think that's what the kind of mistake that many scrapbookers make that do create their own mini albums. They glue the spine parts together with the spine and the pages, and so that means you will not be able to open the pages flat. Because there is that gap there, I will be able to open my pages completely flat all the way. You see that gap there? I will be able to open my pages really, really flat, and because that spine there can move. So now, like, that flower would come off again. I knew that, and so until the glue is dried, I had to re-glue it on. But anyways, this is my cover done. I'm going to leave you with some more close-ups. I hope you enjoyed this video. Smash the like button if you did. Consider subscribing, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.